viewers, it's your boy Easy Work Box. Somebody hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell. Y'all see the video. Mikey Garcia is a super ducker and a cherry picker. Now, in no way is this video in a way to bash any of his accomplishments in the ring. Mike Garcia is a good fighter, but the truth is the truth, and I have to come out and tell people what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters out here doing what Mike Garcia is doing, but somebody got to come on out and tell the truth. Now, this has always been on the path for him to be a pay-per-view star. And there's a lot of other fighters out there doing this thing right now, too, to become pay-per-view stars. Not legends in the ring, not the king of the ring, the man who fights all and gets all 4 belts. They're not doing this. And Mike Garcia's first one I have to talk about. This is not to discredit him, downgrade him. He's a good fighter, but the truth is the truth. Mike Garcia left 130 in 2017 after beating Dejan Zaklanikin for the WBC title. He moves up to 135. Now, 135, Jose Ramirez is the #1 fighter up there. Now, meanwhile, while he's up there, you got Comey, you got Beltran, you got Terry Flanagan, Luke Campbell. All these fighters are up there in that division at 135, right? Okay. 135 while holding a WBC title. Hold up, y'all. Let me make sure I'm getting everything right. He moved to 135, right? Well, I just told y'all they had Jose Ramirez, Flanagan, Comey, Beltran. I even think Tank was there at the time. Tank was there. All right, and hold up, if I ain't mistaken, Lomachenko was at 130 at that time too. Now, as soon as he ran and he got the title from Zlatakin, he ran to 135, jumping over Lomachenko, Davis, list of other fighters there at 130. Now he runs to 135. Well, Jose Ramirez is the #1 fighter. Terry Flanagan has a belt. Comey is there. Beltran is there. Luke Campbell is there. He doesn't fight anybody in that division after moving up. The first thing he does is what? He goes to 135 and he fights. No. When he comes to 135, he doesn't fight anybody. He goes and jumps up to 140. 140, which is Terrence Crawford's weight class. This at the time, Terrence Crawford was the #1 fighter at 140. He was the #1 fighter at 140. Lipinus was #5, which he eventually fought Lipinus at 140. Now, Progress was ranked #7 at the time. Also, Adrian Granados was ranked that time. He didn't fight any of these fighters at 140. Instead, he went and fought Adrian Broner. Now, I researched and I looked this up. Adrian Broner wasn't even in the top 10 in 135. I mean, 140 or 147. Adrian Broner wasn't even in the top 10. He goes and picked Adrian Broner after coming off a loss. After coming off a loss, he goes and fight Adrian Broner, beat Adrian Broner at 140. Now, you got to remember, he holding a title at 130 from beating Zlatakin. So he skipped over 140. He don't fight nobody at 140 either. Not Terrence Crawford. He don't go towards Progress. He don't go towards Adrian Granados. He don't go towards Indigo. He don't go towards nobody. And Dongo, he don't go towards nobody in that division. Now, I told y'all he picked Adrian Broner when Adrian Broner wasn't even in the top 10 under welterweight or junior welterweight. What do? He goes and fights Lipinus. Now, y'all already know this was a cherry pick because Lipinus ain't been in boxing that long, even though Lipinus is a good, strong fighter. He knows that Lipinus does not have the pedigree and the technical fighting ability that he has and he possesses. So he goes after Lipinus, beats Lipinus at 140 when he's #5 ranked fighter. Now, instead of him going back down, fighting Jose Ramirez, fighting Terrence Crawford, even though they're not in the same weight class. These are all the fighters he skipped over. Progress, Luke Campbell, Flanagan, Comey, Beltran, Linares. He jumps to a whole new division. He leaves down 2 divisions, leaves everybody behind. He jumps over to 147 and fights Errol Spence, a bigger, stronger, elite fighter. Now the question everybody need to ask themselves is Mikey Garcia willing to take losses instead of fight Lomachenko or move down to the hotter divisions of fighters in his weight class? That's the question everybody need to ask themselves. Before you sit me, you say, I'm wrong and I'm criticizing Mike Garcia. Mike Garcia jumped over 2 weight classes. He got a title in one, got a title in another, and went to 147 without fighting anybody in those divisions. He goes and he fights a bigger, stronger Errol Spence and gets beat. Now, if that ain't ducking, I don't know what ducking is. I know a lot of people going to get on here who fans of them, of Mike Garcia. You're going to say, I'm just hating, I'm trying. The proof is in the pudding. I just researched this. I looked up ESPN rankings from the time he won his title at the WBC title from Dejan Zanikin. And since then, Mike Garcia has been on a duck marathon. He done went into divisions ducking people. Lomachenko, he won't fight Lomachenko. Terrence Crawford, he won't fight Terrence Crawford. He done went on record and said all Terrence Crawford is going to do is run. That's ducking. Now, instead of him going back down to his natural size, which is at 140, I believe, because there's a lot of hard hitters up there at 140 right now. You got Josh Taylor. Hold up. Who at 140 right now? We still got Linares at the top. Still got Regis Progress, Josh Taylor, Maurice Hooker, hard hitters at 140. He will not drop down to 140 to fight at 140. Who we got at 135? We got Loma still up that way. We got Lopez, Davis, Haney, Comey, Fortuna. And now people are wondering why he wants to stay at 147, huh? He don't want no problems in either one of them divisions because they all are hard fights. Like I said, this is not a video to bash Mike Garcia. This is just telling the truth on what he's doing. He's trying to become a pay-per-view star, not a legendary fighter. He doesn't want to be the crown the king in no division. He just want to keep going getting big fights like he said. Say he's not ducking anybody. He take on all the hardest fights. He's not taking on the hardest fights because you jumping over divisions instead of fighting people who are at your natural weight. You would rather take a loss from bigger fighters than to go down to 140 and 135 and fight there because there's chances that he can be beat. He would rather take a loss from a bigger fighter than to go down in weight, in his natural weight, and take a loss from Lomachenko, Linares, Campbell, Progress, any fighters in those weight classes. He would rather jump up and fight bigger men. And he's doing it again against Jason Vargas. If you ain't seen my video on who I'm predicting to win that fight, check out that video. But this is what he's doing. The proof is in the pudding. I wrote it down. Stat 135, 140. He don't want to go down there because he will have to fight. This man is relinquishing belts, moving up. And he ain't the only one doing it. We got Canelo doing it, Tank doing it, and I'm going to get on them next. But I'm just getting on here and I'm telling people the truth about what's going on. A lot of these fighters are getting named superstars and legendary fighters, but they ain't doing what legendary fighters did. They're not taking the risk of a legendary fighter. Like I said, I'm not bashing Mike Garcia, but he's a super ducker and a super cherry picker. This man won a title at 130 and been running ever since. Running ever since. Now, I know some people going to say, well, Broner wasn't even in the top 10 in welterweight or in junior welterweight. He had no reason to even fight Broner. Besides Broner being a name, which is a good name, small fight, but he gained nothing from fighting Broner. Now then he go and fight Lipinets, he take a belt from Lipinets, and then he relinquished the title. So he don't have to fight nobody at 140. Moves up and goes after the biggest name at 147. He took that whooping happily because he know that he don't want to go back down to 140 or 135 because he don't want to fight Loma. He most definitely don't want to fight George Linares. he will lose George Ramirez. George Ramirez is not playing. He don't play. I think there's another fighter I'm missing too. Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. Yes. That's another fighter that's in them divisions that he'll beat him too. Mike Garcia to me is a pretty boy fighter. He's not a banger. That's why, in my opinion, he will lose to Vargas. For one, what did I write down? Hold up. Legs, movement. Legs and movement. I don't know what's going on down there. 7-year-old, they can't stop a 7-year-old. But legs and movement. Legs, movement will be the problem with Mike Garcia the rest of his career. Why? Because Mike Garcia is not athletic. You can box all day, but are you athletic? Do you have agility? Mike Garcia is not willing to go out there and do what's necessary to win. Bend his knees, come forward. He's not athletic. He's not going to fight like that. So he stands no chance against these fighters at 140 and 135. So he'd rather go up to 147 with complacent, standstill fighters, because Mikey Garcia don't like to fight fighters that move. He will not fight a boxer that can move around the ring that has good footwork like him. He will not do that. So he'll rather go up to bigger guys and hope that they could stand there and he can outbox them, which is not going to happen against Vargas. If you're not willing to bend your knees, if you're not willing to move and with athleticism to win a fight, then Mikey Garcia is not going to win. Mike Garcia is a pretty boy. He won't stand there and outbox you. He won't look good outboxing you. He don't want to do too much to outbox you. Not taking away anything from him. I like Mike Garcia. Respectful dude, stand-up dude. But he's a super cherry picker and he's a super ducker. He doing the same thing Tank doing, Canelo doing, Billy Joe Sanders doing, a list of other fighters. I can go on and on with who out here ducking and going and collecting belts and ain't trying to be great. But I take nothing away from him. But like I tell y'all, he will not beat Vargas because he is not willing to become a dog in the ring. He is not willing to bend his knees and work. His whole game plan is to get you to move your head to a certain side. He gonna lean back on you all night, make you tired, and then he gonna start hitting you when he see wherever your head lands at. Mike Garcia is a smart fighter, a good fighter, but he has no business at 147, and Vargas is gonna prove to y'all that he has no business at 147. And I just made this video just to let people know things ain't what it seems. This is not to downgrade Mike Garcia. It's just to tell the truth about what Michael Garcia is doing. This is Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for y'all time. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to donate to the channel, go to community. You'll see exactly how to. I just thank y'all for tuning in. Please hit the notification bell. Please watch the other videos. Look at the video I did for Vargas versus Michael Garcia. This is Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.